Yo, we are live. We live?
We're live.
We live,
baby.
We are live. Inappropriate Podcast, Season 3.
Hello.
Funny talk with real people. I'm Damian, Mr. Inappropriate.
Mika, she's so fly.
Missy Monroe.
Tiger Escobar.
Yo, what's happening out there? We've been going on a little vacation. Everybody had a good time?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do for that? What have you been up to, Missy?
Well, number one, my son graduated from high school from North
Outstanding.
Atlanta. So
Yay.
that was an awesome thing. Woo-hoo. He's
Yeah.
going to Kennesaw, so I'm kind of excited about that.
Nice.
And not only that, I have kind of become a part of Atlanta film history around here. You know, Atlanta has moved up ahead of the UK with the films that are being, the movies that are being filmed here.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually used my house to film
Oh,
a movie.
wow.
I can't tell you what movie yet, but I'm so excited and I can't wait to
Nice.
see
Nice.
my house on the big screen. So
Yeah.
that's really all I've been doing on my vacation. I wanted to go to the beach, but I didn't make it there.
Okay. Tiger, what's
I was
going on
kind
with
of
you?
homeless, but
Man, you know, just trying to make $1 or $2 out here. Get my name out here, get this inappropriate team name out here.
Right, right.
Take care of business, networking and hustling, you know.
yeah.
Well, first off, I want to shout out No Sleep Lifestyle. You see I got my little shirt on.
I see.
And
Sleepy.
welcome us to the CMB Shorts Network. Oh, no, Shorts Channel, I'm sorry. CMB Network.
CNB Network.
On the NYMBN app. We are
Yeah,
on
you
it.
Go download
This is-
that.
yeah.
Download that
It's there
application.
as well.
You can see it
Yeah.
there. Yes. So
Yeah,
I had a
what did you
wonderful
do?
weekend.
I was about to get to you.
Vacation.
I like to save the best for last. That was my worst Vanessa Williams impression. I'm sorry.
Actually, I didn't really do too much. I worked a little bit, or actually, I worked a lot
What?
as usual. My son has moved back down here, so three children in the house. 21,
Wow.
21, 16, and 13. So you can only imagine.
All
But
that
he's
can-
like the real hardcore son who likes to take care of you, though, isn't he? He's like, I'm gonna take care of my mom, right? Or no?
No. Well, when he was there, but now he's home. It's like, it's opposite. Like,
Now
what-
that he's home, it's like,
like, what's for
Mommy,
dinner?
can you take care
yeah,
of
it's
me?
like, what's for dinner? Or we're
Can
not
you
eating
believe
today.
all those people came out of your coochie?
I can believe that they all came out.
You know
of my
what?
food.
It's funny to think about when you look at these grown ass kids. You like, all of you motherfuckers came out my coochie.
They
Right.
did.
They did. Yeah.
I seen a lady today pregnant, like pregnant, and I'm like, they about to rip her uterus out. They about to blow her uterus out the water.
Now, what
Wait,
I will
she
like,
was with triplets?
No, I don't know what it was, but it was big.
what I will like about my son being here is that it helps keep that youngest in line.
check.
Right.
Yeah, like
Right.
she texted me today, like, I'm gonna go to the store, and I'm like, okay. She's like, well, Davin said I have to make sure I tell you everything I do.
Good boy.
Good.
Good boy.
That part's good.
I like
yeah.
that. I
Yeah,
like that. So,
yeah.
so what is our topic today?
You know what? Well, let's start out with this. I had a prolific statement said to me, and it was, don't change your focus, change your target. And I interpret that as, you know, sometimes we're shooting for things with a passion, but we're aiming for the wrong stuff. Now, it's cool to try a lot of things so you can find out what you're good at, what you're not good at, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, and, you know, so you can chisel it down. But people tend to keep aiming at the target that they're going to continually miss,
Right.
because that's not their target. So, in essence, I want to talk about today, like, what is your target? What are you aiming for? And are you, are people really engaging the right energy to where they're going? And I think me and you had talked, and you were like, listen, you know,
So many
don't
people are-
don't change your lane, change the way you move in it.
Right,
Right.
right, and that's something I definitely believe in. Like, don't change your path. You know, if your path is to be a dentist, don't change the end result of being a dentist. Maybe modify your ways of getting
there.
So many of us fall short of getting there because we're too busy trying to follow in other people's paths,
Right.
or other people's footsteps, or what John Doe did and how John Doe did it, and that's just not going to work for you because you're not John Doe.
That's so like keeping up with the
Right.
Joneses.
Or in some cases,
Yeah.
you're living a different life because of circumstances. Say, for instance, you are working a job because you have to take care of your family, but you do have a passion.
Right.
But you are not necessarily afraid, but you could be afraid to step out and start doing those things you want to do because you're like, oh man, I got to pay these bills. And I'm speaking on personal experience because I've worked in radio, and there are things that I want to do with my voiceover work that, because I've been working for Kaiser Permanente, who pays my bills, well, thank you, Kaiser, I have not necessarily jumped out there like I should have until recently. So I did, I have recently gotten a couple of voiceover jobs, so I'm happy about that. So I've revamped my production company, and I'm starting to kind of live the life that I want to live and go on that path that I want to go on now.
Mhm.
But I did other things because I felt like I had to do those things to take care of myself and my family. So
Well, for some of us, we're older. I mean, some of us, when we have younger children, it's hard to go into the directions that we want to go into because we still have responsibilities. But again, it doesn't mean lose sight of the end result. It just means you may have to press pause, or you may have to withdraw from some things. I myself, I have started school, I've stopped school, I went, I've worked here, I worked there, I've done what I had to do to take care of my children. Doesn't mean that I don't have an end result. It just means it may take me a little longer to get there. But the bigger focus is it's my path.
Yeah.
And that's the
Not
problem.
someone else's.
It's not someone else's path. And I made a comment earlier today watching the news, or not the news, we were watching something at work, and it's like so many people are keeping up with the Kardashians, for example. The damn title of the show is Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Right.
That's what they're trying to keep
Why
up
are
with the
we keeping up with
Kardashians.
them? Why are we keeping up with their life? They already are established. They already have what they
With
want.
no
They already
visible
have
talent.
their right with no. And I'm not taking no
It's
punts
not
toward
anything
them,
against
but
them,
they
there's
already
no-
have what they need and what they want in life. Why are we sitting on our asses watching them
Live
doing
their life.
what
Live their
they want to
lives.
do instead of us living our
Going
lives?
out there living
And
your life and
so
getting
many
it.
of us watch reality TV shows all day, every day, and we live vicariously through what they're doing, and we want to do what they're doing, and we,
That's
oh
true.
my God, oh her house is nice. Or I even hear my coworkers sometimes talk about how they did this and they did that, and I'm thinking to myself, what's your story?
What are you doing?
Right.
What
What's
are you gonna
your
do for
story?
yourself?
What are you doing?
For some reason, we have an infatuation with everybody else's lives besides our own.
But our
Exactly.
own.
Even our children are spilling into that. Like, I can't tell you how many kids I see just on YouTube all day watching the other kids play and do things. Like, we have a fascination with everyone else's lives.
Everybody wants to see the train wreck,
Yeah,
so to
yeah.
speak.
And we're not even living our own lives to our fullest potential at all. Like, we're content with everybody else doing everything. We sitting around dreaming and not moving.
Right.
That's just not good.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not funny, but I will say it for lack of better words. It's a funny thing to think about. I'm watching the progress of somebody else. I go through envy, I go through hate, I go through admiration, I go through I want to be like. Not one time do I ever say that's not for me.
Right.
Let me find what's for me,
Exactly.
and then make
Let me
my
go
moves.
for that. Right.
Now, we're afraid of failure, but if you don't try,
Then you
then
Then
you
how do you
failed.
know?
failure, but
Right,
it's
you,
not.
that's
You're
failure
failing
by
because you
definition.
don't even try. You're not
Exactly.
even giving yourself a chance to fail.
Yeah.
But we're afraid of that, and that's our number one enemy. Ourselves, number one.
Yeah.
An unlived dream is a nightmare.
Ooh, say it
I say
again.
that all the time.
That is-
Say it again.
An unlived dream is a nightmare
It really
because
is.
when you dream big, you wake up and you do that dream.
Yeah.
But if you dream big and you wake up and you do
You know nothing about it.
it was just a nightmare because it was just something that haunted you through your night that you did nothing about.
Right.
And it's very
Through your life.
right through your life.
It's every day.
We have a comment.
What's
Mr.
up?
Robert Dawson says, I believe fear keeps people out of their own passion. You have to allow, or you have to always, and I do
What's up,
mean
Derwin?
always, stay focused and stay in your lane. You have to understand the time and the season that you're in life. Hold on, there's more. that you're in life, you live to make it no tomorrow. And Mr. Robert is one of my very dear friends
Mr.
who
Robert.
when I originally came here, basically grounded in me, like, you can do whatever you want to do. You know, you can do whatever you want to do. And when I first came to Georgia, I was working with him, like doing whatever, like cleaning, like he's a renovationist. He does a lot of renovation. I mean, I was doing landscaping. Whatever you need to do, you have to do.
You was Mexican?
I do whatever.
She's Jamaican.
I
She's
do.
Jamaican,
And
Mexican.
people joke
She just
about this,
did whatever
but
she had to do.
I am a black woman that has 3 children that I take care of by myself.
So she has-
I'm not asking for a handout. I don't ask for anyone to do anything. I do what I was told and ordained to do by God. When those children came out of my womb, God said that you are their mother. And that's,
Right.
I
So
take
she's
that
not
serious.
waiting on someone to do anything for her, and that's awesome. So you have to do that. Now, I will tell you, in terms of keeping up with the Joneses, it comes up, and I'm sure it was coming up in our parents' lifetime too, but it comes up for us now because of what we have, all of this visual stimulation with the Instagram and Facebook, and we can see everyone's lives and how they're living, and so it puts a lot of pressure on you.
It does.
And especially if you have younger children, they're like, well, I want these Jordans, and I want this, and I want that. I have never, ever gone out and spent $200 and $300 on a pair of shoes for my sons. They have had to work for at least half of the money. And I don't do that standing in line thing. We have to do it some other kind of way. I don't do that because I'm trying to teach them the value of a dollar, number one, and that you're not going to sell yourself for fashion or fads. We don't do that. And I say that we have to keep our mind on keeping them grounded because they have more access to all this stuff than we did growing up.
Right.
We couldn't see what everybody had. We could only see what our friends had. So it's harder for us as parents, and then having to tell them, I'm not doing what my son go to North Atlanta, and so North Atlanta's a lot of people with a lot of, and he's going, oh, is this mansion? And okay, well, that's where you were, but that's not where you live, and I don't do what they do, and I'm not giving you $1,000 for this and that. That's not what I do.
Yes.
So we're gonna live the way we live in our home, and you're gonna have to deal with it.
This is a nice home.
Now, well, I love my home,
Yes, a nice.
but I will tell you one thing for me. It's kind of like keeping up with the Joneses, but the way I drive from my son's school to work, I pass by these palatial homes. They're really lovely. I'm like, who lives here? Were they born into this money? Are they working for this? And the one thing that I want is a real fire lantern in front of my house. Every day I pass, I'm like, I'm gonna get. I cried. I'm not gonna lie. I cried for like a whole year. I'm like, I'm gonna get a real fire lantern. I cried, and that's kind of like keeping up with Jones, but that's what I want.
And it's not really that you're keeping up with Johnny. It's just something you
It's
want
something
and you
that I
desire,
want.
and it's
Right.
not based on
No,
somebody
that's
else.
cool.
That's just what you
It's
want.
That's
based
cool.
on somebody else because
Yeah.
I see it every day. When
You
I
could go in Home
Who
Depot.
are you with these real fire lanterns? I'm looking now.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm saying you could walk into
Right.
Home Depot and see
I want a
something that
real
you,
fire
Now, in my
lantern.
household, in my household, like if my daughter says to me, like, well, I want to do this, and her end is, well, such and such does it, or
Oh.
such and such do it,
Yeah.
it's automatic a no. It's automatic no.
We don't do it.
Because you're not going to come to me and tell me, and you're not going to start it off with, because this is what someone else is doing, and this is how somebody else is doing it. That's not how I roll in my household. You know,
That's not how you roll.
That's not how I roll, and
Yeah,
I do.
mean, I'm a fault. Yeah, I mean, we gotta look inside ourselves too, cause a lot of times, like, we are our own worst enemies. And I found out, somebody told me a long time ago when I was growing up, they asked me what the richest place on earth was, and I was like, I'm naming Paris, France, all this, Dubai, woo woo. You know what I'm saying? They're like, nah, as you think about the richest place on earth is the untapped place. It's the cemetery, cause people die every year, every day, without fulfilling their dream. They had $1 million ideas that they never utilized because they were too scared to do it.
Right,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
So
Wow.
I'm like, man, that hit home. Like, damn, that's crazy because it's true.
It is.
Because we can sit around and wish we want stuff all day and we don't think about how to take steps to get that stuff. You know what I mean? We just sit on it and then our time is up. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who have bestsellers that never put them out.
Nope.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They
And
have movie ideas and never put them out.
Never
on
do
and
anything
on
with
and
it.
on and on. Absolutely. So.
And at some point, you have to take your dreams and you have to make them.
Make
you
it
have to make them
You gotta
reality.
make it reality for real.
You
Right.
can't sit
I'm a
around
violent
every
and-
single day and writing it down or have a thought process in your head. And there's a lot of talented people that's on our timeline. You see, I've seen people on my timeline that do poetry. I see people on my timeline that's comedians. I see people on my timeline that are magicians. I mean, they have different things that they post every single day. And I'm thinking to myself, they're just posting these, but they're not doing anything with it. And it's wasted talent. It's wasted talent, and it's wasted talent because you're allowing something, whether it's your inner you, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, somewhere somebody is telling you you're not good enough to do the thing that you are really best at doing.
Or if they're not telling them they're not good enough, you just don't know yourself.
You're not knowing.
And you're not recognizing
identifying.
it. And we all can kind of relate to that because I know there are things that I want to do that I've probably put off and I still put off because I'm like, not doing it just for whatever reason. I've told my family the only thing that separates us from the doers is that they're doing it.
They're doing
Because
it.
we've had a million ideas in our heads.
Mhm.
Even my mom just did 2 albums and she's in her 60s.
See?
She just released 2 albums. Her name is Vivian Green Thomas, and yes, I'm giving her a plug. And she's on SoundCloud. They're gospel albums, but that's her passion. She writes plays now, but a lot of her passion and energy was stifled when she was younger with children and married, because my dad, she didn't have a supporter,
So now
and then they got
she's
divorced.
living
and
it.
So now, at 60-some years old, she's writing plays and performing plays with her group, the Jesus Troupe. They travel, and she's released 2 CDs.
Which goes
so
to show
it's
you're never too
late.
late.
Right.
It's
Too
never
late.
too late to do what you want to do.
Another thing, man, like quit. I can't stand people. It goes 5 years, 10 years. Like, quit praying to God for change and success and signs, and then when He give them to you, you don't even act
You
on
don't
it. You know what I'm
acknowledge them.
saying? God is God, but he wants you to go out there and have faith. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Just to be on some real stuff real quick. Like, you could have been changed your life, but you still sitting around waiting, being afraid. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and do it. That's what you prayed for. Go out there and do it. Go get it.
Hey, I gotta give a big shout out. I'm sorry to cut you.
Go ahead.
I gotta give a big shout out to Milk and Honey Cascade Restaurant, restaurant on Cascade, 5495 Cascade Road in Atlanta. Milk and Honey, our lead chef there is Chef Sammy Davis. He won Celebrity Chopped, so he's created a heck of a menu.
Right.
And
no samples.
friends of the show, if you are watching, if you mention Funny Talk with Real People, I think you're going to get a discount. They said they give a discount, but they are one of our sponsors. They're one of the people that back us up.
Yeah,
And,
I heard the brunch is really
Oh, the
awesome.
brunch is crazy.
I heard the
Absolutely.
brunch is awesome.
Also, make sure that you download the app, MYMBN app, at the App Store or whatever. It's the CNB Network. It's the Shorts channel. We are on it. The Funny Talk with Real People
We're gonna be like
is on it.
dancing and stuff and doing karaoke.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's an app for your phone, so you can watch TV on your phone. Again, that's the MYMBN app at the App Store. The
Please
CNB
download
Network.
it.
Please download it.
It's a free
Download
app.
that.
Mr. Dawson said, people get sidetracked on things that's not important. You have to,
You realize what season you're in. Waiting on you guys to have a call-in
he's
conversation.
waiting on us to
We're gonna have a call-in conversation.
Yeah, we'll
one day.
do that.
We'll post the. Oh, I have a number. They can call
Good.
my Melancholy
Cool,
Productions
cool.
number.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
we are out of time. We want to say thank you to everybody out there that watches and tunes in.
We really
Um,
appreciate
we do.
you. We really do.
Get if you're not on our
Get your
Facebook
friends
page.
and your family to come in and
Yeah.
watch us too.
Yes,
Um,
download the applications. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media sites.
Social media, YouTube, Inappropriate TV1, Instagram,
Right, YouTube.
Funny
Funny Talk with Real
Talk
People.
We all post our stuff on all of our own personal pages. Mine is Mika She So Fly.
Mine is Damian Clark.
Missy Monroe.
Mine's a Tiger Escobar.
So with that said,
Thank you.
Thank you.
salute and peace, and we'll see you shortly.
And we
Absolutely.
love you.
Go see that Tupac movie too.
Yes, go see the Tupac movie.